BLASTMUSIC247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Y'all. Oh my God. Okay, great. I'm gonna tell myself in just 1 minute, but wait. Welcome to SXP Metamorphosis 365. This is your growth podcast. Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tonight I needed to record because I'm being pulled into a meeting, and it's for the tour that kicks off 329, and it's our final meeting before it, and I really need to be at that and make sure I get all this information. I plan to go for a little bit, but I just want to make sure that I have all the bits and pieces in place, and it occurred to me I could record and still make sure this message gets to you. When I tell you I tried recording before and didn't know my microphone was closed, I talked to y'all for 5 minutes and 51 seconds before I seen that magical red light just be like, hey, you talking to yourself. Yay. Okay, I needed that laugh. Let's get in the water. Thank you to Blast Music 247. If you are not following Blast on YouTube, go do it. I swear you better laugh at yourself because this is great. Go follow Blast. They make it easy for you. Go ahead and hit that QR code. 2 reasons to do it. 1, if you are an artist and you love to have your music and your expressions shared, you want to do it now. If you are a fan, you like good music and new music and the stuff that comes, yada, this is the lit. Go ahead and handle that. Okay, leave it up for just a few more seconds so you can get it. And if I have time, I'll share it later too. Thank you to Blast. Thank you to Troy. Thank you to Sunshine of Shine Vibrations. She's on every Friday at 7 p.m. Check her out too. I'm going to share this again for y'all. We have a lot of wonderful podcasts. Here we go. Okay, awesome. And these take place during the week. There's 2 changes. Power ups have moved to, and then the Louis Lounge is moved to Saturday. So this way you kind of get an idea what's going on around here. We have a family that's fully expanding. We've got someone who's added to Sunday. So when I update my little video there, it will have everybody on there and the right dates and the changes, because I definitely want to make sure that I am sharing all the awesomeness. There's much wonderful in these Blast Music 247 waters. So that said, we gonna finally get to this conversation that we had just got. So when I realized I goofed. All right, so INNER-SPECTION. Today's show is called Open INNER-SPECTION Time. It is episode 51. I'm excited about that. Thank you to those who came and played and rocked out for episode 50. It was fun. We had guests. We goofed off. It was real fun. So I really enjoyed that celebration. We ought to stop and celebrate, especially those of us who are busy and accomplish a lot. It can just get to be the accomplishing will if we don't pause to just be like, yay, this was great. So I paused to be like, yeah, this was great. Hey, when I do that, you can see behind me. Okay, great. So y'all, March 7th through 9th was doing SXP 3-day. That stands for Sanctuary Experience, by the way, which is my company. And ladies and I, sisterhood, we got together and we were digging. We were digging in self, right? So as a coach, as a guide, as a spiritual ritualist, as a human, as a woman, as a mommy, as a grandma, as a me, I knew it was time to pause and dig. And I wanted to dig and understand. I wanted to see if I had pushed stuff on shelves, now they started 3 months before we got to the weekend, loosely, and then real heavy, punchy when we got to the weekend. Just looking inside, what am I feeling? What am I thinking? What am I doing? Why am I doing it? And have I put anything on a shelf that's going to fall down on my head later? Has anything settled down deep in the belly where it's just absent of mind? I've conveniently put it away and I've not dealt with anything, right? So the great part about being an awesome sister in the sisterhood, and then just having that chair, that grace of the chair to guide, I wasn't doing it by myself. I took some friends along the ride, and it was women who know the importance of growth, who understands that iron sharpens iron, and it don't always feel good. When I tell you, it was some tears in the water, and it was work in the water, and we had willing hearts. We showed up ready and knowing, like, everybody, by the time we got back together, because it had been like 6 months or more, maybe, we knew, like, it was like, oh my God, I miss my sisters. Like, I miss my sisters. I miss leaning and hugging and tears and the rest of it. And then I get to be the meanie on the bus because I was teaching. But I even the way I taught, y'all, was so dope. Like, it was great to freaking relax. Now, yeah, they got that work, because we ain't playing about that. And I make zero apologies for it. We had some serious in the face kind of questions that helped to guide us. Now, I'm not going to be sharing that with you guys, because that 3-day event is one is proprietary and it's a paid event. Okay. But I am going to share something with you that can help you and this doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, if you have been getting that tug, that call to the, hey, listen up, that stirring in your belly, or even if you've been realizing that your shelves are rattling, the shelves in your mind are rattling, and you are not far from all of that crashing in on your head, and you'll know that because your stress level will be off the chain, because your sleep will not be restful. Your eating patterns will be off. Your bowel movements, they're off as well. Sometimes, like, I'm just giving you kind of things to look out for, and the stress in your chest, and them particular spaces of pain. Okay, so inventory. Okay, open introspection. So let me tell on myself. I had been running. Like, literally, I had been running for a few years in a row. Okay. I took a 3-weeker out of the country. And even in that, I was staying around. I wasn't working on business stuff, or media, or really, but I was down, recoup, and meditate, and pray. Rockstar life. And it was clear that it was catching. And do I pray every day? Absolutely. The majority of the day, even when I'm working, I'm praying. I'm praying, literally serving the divine God. I'm be with me, guide me. There's my next step. There's the next move. So I live a very guided life. And at the same time, when I'm getting those cues to chill. Now, sometimes I do chill. Sometimes I just push it. And let me give you a picture of what I'm doing by pushing. I was knocking out books and things, just banging them out. As it will come, just pen. And that's books on top of poetry. Okay, that's on top of performance, on top of running masterminds, on top of running a show, poetry show for like 5-6 hours Friday night. Okay, on top of running around, on top of attending to people, on top of answering the questions, on top of coaching, on top of. Get the picture? So my on top ofs are just my on top ofs. You may have your own stuff on top ofs, and most likely you do. So taking time to understand what your on top ofs are. What are you stacking? That's what I was doing. I was stacking. I wasn't even stopping to celebrate all of the things that I needed to celebrate and give air. I was like, okay, I'm gonna move to this point, and then I'm gonna stop, and then I'm going to celebrate. But what I recognized is I was holding even that energy. right? If you understand, I was holding the energy of the celebration, which was trying to burst and be expressed and leave me. I was holding it hostage. Okay. There were some deaths and some people I was journeying with along the way who were in true torture, true spirit torture, okay, true grief, true sadness, true pain, like this, and journeying with them, not just la la la, but in spirit, which is heavy, right? So there was a lot, and I'm laboring into this to kind of give you time to think about what is your a lot. What have you pressed down into the belly? What have you been holding on to that needs you, that requires you? Because can't nobody else do that for you. That requires you to pause and to express. So whether that expression is tears, because you need to cry it out of your body, get it out of your hands, get it out of your legs, get it out of your belly, get it out of your we'll say private areas, because I'm about to say something else, but that's what we'll say. Okay, to get that out of your loins, get it out of your life, right? Sometimes it's a matter of expressing. And then when we're holding it, it's so tight. You know, it's effort, it's energy to hold it and not express those joyful moments, not sit in celebration. And then especially the people who are waiting on you to celebrate. Hallelujah. We don't get on that right now. Okay. So we're talking about INNER-SPECTION. We're talking about all of the things that we are just shelving unit in our body, placing, stashing, sticking. That weekend was about the flow. Now I had already been doing work. Like I said, I had been already doing work. I had already been seeing thing. And I'm like, ooh, Melikia, you know better. And I did know better, but I was not doing better. I was doing amazing stuff, but I still had some better to do. Okay? So, yada. Get into that bag and everything. I swear, and for those people who are brave enough to pray it, God, show me. Help me see me. And brave enough to pray it, dare you. Do it. You'll get to see some things you will really fall in love with, and you'll be so happy that you asked. And some things you'll be like, oh, I didn't see that. And you don't die from it. I can guarantee you that. You don't lose no power over it. I can guarantee you that. Unless you choose to. We'll say it that way. Okay. So we begin to take this walk through that weekend and unpack the conversations that we had and been sitting on, unpack the poor decisions we had made that God had to come clean up for us, or be a buffer or be a miracle from decisions we made. We talked about the amazing things that we had done and accomplished, and the just the beauty of all of that, the impact of all of that. Okay, so you get the picture of all of these things in the water. What? I went too far. I want to show you this. Because I keep notes so I can stay focused. All right. And here's your first question. When was the last time you checked in with yourself? When was the last time you literally sat and thought, oh, okay, mentally, how am I doing? This is a mental health month that's coming up too, I guess. And also the tour that I'm doing is a mental health tour. Okay. Yes, we're going to entertain. Yes, we're going to have some fun and act out. Sure. But it is a mental health tour, making healthy the new sexy. Okay, shout out to Fight for Peace, Ivy Sunflower, FMU, and WSU, and it's a whole bunch of Hamilton, all these colleges that are on board. But when was the last time that you checked in with yourself mentally? You know, what are you feeling? What are your daily feelings? Are you running toward a meltdown? Are you running toward a sickness? Are you racing to the finish line of your life through stress? Early finish line, okay? And this is what I mean by sharing with you this statement. It's so important. It's so important to stop, push pause. Everything that's there is going to be there when you push pause again or push play. It's going to be right there. But what if you're not? You know, what if you're missing something so important and missing moments? Because is that not what life is? A bunch of beautiful moments. All right. And if we are not tending to our mentals, especially like if we're walking in a fence, that's a trap, trap, trap. If we are just rushing to the next and not understanding the beauty and the journey, oh my God, if we're not taking time to stop and celebrate, and let me include a thought with celebration. When it comes to celebration, some things don't need the elaborate, everybody got to get together and we're going to celebrate today together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's simply a sitting down in yourself with sovereign divine father, sovereign divine mother, sovereign divine son, sovereign divine self, and offering up that gratitude, releasing and letting that gratitude and happiness and joy flow through you so that it lubricates your life. Don't be dry. Don't be Ashy Larry. Let that come and lubricate your life. See what I mean? Okay. So when was the last time that you really checked in with yourself mentally and asked those questions? I have some people in my life who have diagnoses, right? And some of them fight it like tooth and nail. They don't want it. They feel it's a label, and they feel another way. Some folks fully embrace it, and they are on their journey, therapist, pills, and a whole nine. Okay, methods. Cool. Wherever you find yourself on that journey, no shade, no judgment. I don't have any. Assess. How is it working? What is your quality of life looking like? All right. Even, especially my moms, like shout out to my moms and my dads and my single moms and single dads. Heavy, because that's a very heavy burden to try and do on your own. It's a lot of work and it comes with a lot of stress sometimes. So I encourage you to take this tool. If you don't take any of the other ones that I share, take this tool and sit. Get you a mystical magical pen. Grab you some mystical magical notebook. Paper. Not this clickety. Move away from that. Get that electricity and that energy and those magnets up off of you. And get your pen and paper and sit with yourself away from all of that. And begin to write yourself that love note. Hi. You know, if you need to talk to God, say it to God. If you need to talk to someone who's not there with you physically, but you like that person, maybe you have somebody who's deceased and you love them and they were a listener for you. Or maybe you have someone in life that you like to talk to, and maybe you're not brave enough to say it to them. You can still use your name and just or yourself, if you're confident enough, write the note to yourself. I talk to myself. We have great conversations. Okay, great. But just moving through things. So write you a love note. Hey, mentally, this is how I am feeling. Mentally, this is how I am feeling. And just keep digging. Mentally, this is how I'm feeling. And let it churn and let it stir and let it flip over that dirt and let the things come. Mentally, how are you feeling? It should not frighten you. If you feel a hesitation, even a hint of hesitation in doing it, dollars to donuts, you got something there that you need to deal with. Period. Okay. Mentally, you want to look at your emotions as well. You want to look at yourself spiritually. So emotionally, do you know that that's your pendulum really, like, or your dial? Maybe we'll say it like that. What your emotions tell you, they some snitches, just like the Holy Spirit, straight snitch. They're going to give you a kind of an idea of where you are. All right, what am I feeling? Am I moving through anger? Am I moving through sadness? Am I moving through elation? Am I moving through joy? Am I moving through friendly? Am I moving through openness? Am I moving through gratitude? Am I moving in love? You know, what are you feeling? It is a beautiful gauge. If I am pissed and I am tight and my chest is hot and I'm angry and I'm smurfing it and I'm snapping on every freaking body, why? Chances are you need to go ahead and handle your mental health check. You need to go ahead and handle your emotional check, because you're not just feeling that way for no reason. You're feeling what you're feeling because there's something going on. Generally, it's this conversation you're having up top. What are you thinking about? What is your mind tiptoeing on? Because when I talk about the shelves, buddy, the conversations that can happen in the back of the mind can come up and punch you in the face if you're not paying attention. This is conversation for my anxiety folks. This is conversation for my stressed out people, for my heart patients. This is conversation for the diabolical, for for my people who have diabetes, like I kid you not, it's such a wonderful conversation that we're going to have to take it into the chemical world at one point. What happens in the body when you are in anger. And we have to take it into the spiritual, because did you know that you are creating? Did you know that you are creating something for yourself to live into when you're operating in those emotions? It is giving birth. Them ideas and those emotions, they are making babies for you. They are making life babies for you to live into. Gang for sure. All right, darling. So it is important to take these walks and understand what it is you are feeling and what it is you are thinking. Because our thoughts are things and our words materialize. My grandma used to tell me that from when I was like knee high to a duck. Thoughts are things and words materialize. Sure enough. And I heard the words growing up, you know what I mean? But I was a kid. I didn't understand that stuff. But thank God for when the understanding began to develop. I'm like, oh my God. And I'll give you a great example. Just so you know, I'm not even kidding about it, like for real. When I was a kid, I had a conversation with my brothers. It kicked off from my mom, because my mom had said, I seen you guys before you were born. Like she knew she would have a boy first, a girl and a boy. And what it did for me was possibilities. I love possibilities. I don't know about y'all. So for me, it opened up in my mind the possibility to create, because I'm like, okay, if she was able to see that and she was able to call it and she knew, and I just got to deducing like, okay, what had to be the case? For her to do that, what had to be possible? And I understood that it had to be possible for me to ask for what I wanted. I wanted 3 daughters and I wanted 3 sons, and I wanted to look XYZ away and yada this, that, and the third. And guess what I got? Because I was elated. Like I had so much emotion involved in it. I was really excited. And I believe God. I don't know about y'all, but I believe that the conversation I was having with God about the children that I wanted was being heard, would be honored, that I was literally divining, like designing life as far as my family. Okay. Now I was a kid when I did it, so I did not think to add in that I want to be a billionaire right then and there. My kids is a billionaire. How about that? But either how, I share that story with you literally, and I just at the end, but I share that story with you to show you just how powerful your emotions and your thought life are when they come together. All right, so get it together. Yay. Great. Do. I hit this button like 3-4 times. Pardon, I said the cat. I want to give you the next question, so I'm just pushing because I don't want to do all that. Ooh. And we talked about a little bit. Am I operating from a place of stress or peace or numbness? And I'm literally going to share that question with you and kind of keep it moving, because we're at 23 minutes and I want to make sure I get enough in the water for you to really work through. So it is my expectation. I had a conversation on Monday. You guys know I run a mastermind Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's my free mastermind. I run one of those. And it's on media, social media, blah, blah, blah. All right. So I asked a question, 2, actually. I asked one question of grief. What are your methods? Do you have a method in place for when grief comes to you? How do you process it? Have you taken time to understand or create a method for you to be able to deal and to handle grief? Because grief does not go away. Like I talked to you about the emotions before and how they sit, and you're holding on to this great thing that you need to celebrate to release it. Grief kind of works in the same way. Same thing, just opposite ends of the scale. Okay. So holding on to it and stuffing it back, like I talked to you about the back of the mind, the shells, sticking it away don't work. All right. It'll let you for a while. But I find that when you ignore grief, it comes back to smack you when you're at the most inopportune moment. At the most inopportune moment. Get it? Okay. So look at it. That was question number 1. 2. The second question was about expectations. And what I understand is everybody has them. Some people run around with them very quietly, like with this quiet expectation or demand for people to meet their expectations. Only everybody in a mind reader. You know what I mean? Like everybody don't read minds. So And the Holy Spirit ain't snitching on everything you think, thank God, right? So where does the honest lie? The honest lies with the person to open their mouth and speak those expectations if they have any intentions on them being met. That is reasonable, right? That makes sense. Because folks are just like, people are like people, and that's what we do. People. And people the best way they know how. So if somebody's peopling pissed you off, or maybe they didn't meet your demand or expectation, what do? Okay, great. So I brought that up to say this. I have an expectation, so I'm going to speak my expectation because I think that's fair. And my expectation is that you take these questions and instructions and put it to work. Put it to work. It's just a little bit. Not even asking a lot of you. Simply asking you to get a pen and paper. Take some time for yourself. And aren't you worth it? Don't you deserve it? Don't you deserve a little bit of your time? 1,440 minutes a day. Can't you get like 15 of them for you? I think you can. I'm going to believe you that you can. Okay, great. So take them. Get your inventory in. Get your introspection on. What is my mind life like? What is my emotion life like? What is my spirit life like? And I didn't dig too down deep in the spirit life of things. We talked about emotion and we talked about the mentals, but maybe we'll take time and let's touch the spirit now, okay? When it comes to how it looks in the spirit, because I don't know if I even touched on that part, when you are hiding, okay, that's kind of how it looks in the spirit. When you are avoiding, when you are procrastinating, when you are absent-minded, not focused, not connecting or moving with flow consistently, because maybe you have flow here. You have the flow for the task. You have the flow for the assignment because God has given you the grace and the work, right? So spirit is on deck. You're going to be attended to. You're going to get it together. You're going to co-create that. And you get it done and then you're out of gas. Then you get it done and then you're out of gas. So it is that, especially us who are overachievers and who focus in, along the way, baby, along the journey to the finish line, it is that you need your water. You need your spiritual water, prayers, your meditation, that smoke if you use it, and I'm talking whatever smoke, okay, or Eddie's, whatever it is that you are doing. What is your spiritual method in place? Whatever that is, keep it up and beef it up. Keep it up and beef it up and go cleaning. Especially for those of us who are empaths, ooh, and the we, for those of us who are seers, for those of us who some folks designated prophet. When I tell you, it is imperative. It's not even freaking optional. We have to clean. We have to clean. We have to. And there's a method of clearing and transmuting. There's a method of casting and refusing. There's a method of return to sender. There's a method. What is your method? And if you have not did the method man and created your method, then it is time. It is time to consider these things. Like I literally told you guys on other episodes, and then I'm going to say it one more time. I am here as a reminder. I am here as a big sister reminder. Hey, big sis. I'm not big sis reminding. And for some of my older folks who are watching, I'm that little sis reminding you, look at this, please. In this time, in this moment, in this right now, this is important. And generally how it works is by the time I come to say it to you, I've already been working in it. I see it manifesting and it's coming. And those who are in the hearing of it, it literally is a heads up. So take your heads up and just look around and make your moves accordingly, right? We can grow. This is a growth podcast. And thank you for watching. I'm so glad that you're here. We're almost on a 30-minute marker, so I got to pause and do the station thingies. But let's see, give you 60 seconds. So close your eyes and we'll take a minute to really breathe through this. Take some deep breaths, as deep as you can take them. And thank you guys for the prayers. I'm so grateful. It was difficult. Like being sick is trash. 0 stars, do not recommend it. So I can speak now. I'm pretty much back to my cadence. This mosquito is still visiting me. Somebody come get that mosquito. And it feels good to be up and at 'em and have some energy. I am grateful, grateful, grateful. So thank you for prayers again. And I'm talking while you take your deep breaths and answer those questions. You know, get your prompts. As a poet, I writing prompts every day, probably 4, 5, 6, 7, and poems on top of it. So write yourself a line or a note, you know, so that you can go back to it when we're done here and really take time and work. Guess who's going to thank you if you do it? Everybody around you who is in your close circle is going to thank you for taking time out to love you and refresh you and inspect your heart, your mind, your spirit, and heal, grow, express, be better, because they're going to get a better and best version of you. Even your pets are going to thank you. Okay, so take it to heart, take it seriously, do the work. All right, we're at 31:13. Let's pause for some station identifications. Just kidding. Short version. I want to share with you what I mentioned earlier about why you go to BLAST and register. You go to BLAST and register so you can do cool stuff like this.
Just like the season, it's crazy you don't need me, but you know I need you. In the middle of my storm, you say just sit back, let me lead you. Just know that I'm God. You know the feeling is real. You so in tune with me that you know every hair I got on top of my head. Every move that I make, every step that I take. You know all about it, you know all about it, so I don't need to be fake. I don't know why you died for me. The answer's hard to find, so they're like we're playing hide and seek. But you saw something inside of me, and that's fine with me, because in you is where I find my peace. So when the problems come and make it hard to see, I'ma ride the wave, just like I ride the beat.
I just can't believe it, yet I still believe it. You died for me. I just can't believe it, yet I still believe it. You set me free. Yeah. I try to wrap my mind around it, but your ways and your thoughts cannot be explained. I ask a lot of questions because you want me to know you will and get understanding. I believe. I believe.
I be thinking how you love a little sinner like me. They knew about my past, I know they wouldn't like me. You sent your son to die and I don't take it lightly. Any problems that I have, I know you got me. Oh, I believe that you died on the cross. Rose again to save the lost. When it comes to this trip, man, I ain't gonna lie, you're the reason for all of the songs. Gotta run it back, gotta run it back. You the reason for the songs. And I believe that I was born. You broke the chains and set me free. Ain't no way that I can't believe. It's because of you that I made brand new. I've been purchased, you paid the fee. I don't look like what I've been through. All my sins been washed clean. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Virtuous, won't you tell them what I
just can't
mean?
believe it, yet I still believe it. You died for me. I just can't believe it, yet I still believe it. You set me free. Yeah. I try to wrap my mind around it, but your ways and your thoughts cannot be explained. I ask a lot
Okay. Hopefully that made a believer out of you. How about that? That was I Believe by Greg Luster. Absolutely a beautiful song. And I enjoy the energy of it and the washing. Like when we talked about what's on your mentals, like what are you holding on your mind? What a beautiful song. And I love that line. I don't look like what I've been through. I know that there's so many of us who are still able to smile and say that like with our whole chest, like we don't look like what we've been through. I thank God I don't look like what I've been through. And my hope, like my heart, and saying yes to doing a podcast finally and in sharing the growth tools and methods really that I am sharing here with you is that we get to avoid some of the pitfalls. Had a conversation with a little sis this week and man, I hope that she heeds so that she just has a better time of life. And that's what I hope for you. I hope that you have a better time of life by implementing things, tools, methods that will preserve your life because you're making a more beautiful decision for yourself. Got more to share with you guys. This is Miss Patricia Frudenberg. You definitely got to connect with her at Miss You Graham. We talked about grief for like a hot flash second. She is our partner for the month, and I definitely wanted to make sure we have this moment and also share.
Enter the disease for which it sends one app on a world wide web with tributes and memories for all because everybody wants to be remembered. Pledge allegiance to Mr. Graham of the United States of Emotions and to the disease for which it stands. One app on a world wide web with tributes and memories for all because everybody wants to be remembered.
Okay, darling. Go ahead and grab that app. That is a literal app that my girl went and made and with you in mind. And when I'm saying you, everybody is touched by loss, even if it is not someone who is closest to you that has passed on. You have friends that have, and it is good to be equipped to support, be that supportive ear, be that supportive person, and understand some of the emotions that you're going to be faced with when you're trying to love someone who's lost someone. And then even too, when you yourself sit in that seat. Okay, when you yourself sit in that seat. Actually, I wrote a book called Stand, and that book is for folks who are grieving because sometimes I said that's all you can do is stand. So please do go and get up with Miss Patricia. She is a burst of energy and sunlight and sunshine, and what a beautiful heart that she has to accompany folks as they move through that journey of grief. Open conversations. She does have a clubhouse, like I showed you, where they get together and have these conversations that we honestly need to have and just ready ourselves and not be afraid. Maybe. Okay. So definitely had to share that. 3:29. I am going to be at FMU from 1 to 4 p.m. I am Liddy Molotov. In my other life, poet, performance artist, recording artist too. How about that? So if you're in that area, come on down and get some of this poetry work. All right. Because I believe in playtime. I play hard as I work. So come on down. And there are more tour dates. I know 4/2, 4, 15, 16, and the 17th. These are all Florida dates. And I will keep you posted on the wheres. I'll throw up the card when I have a moment. The last order of business is this. Bam. Get your screenshot. If you know that you need services, you need someone to love you back to life, you need a hands-on experience, a 3-day experience, a 2-day experience, a 5-hour experience, a 2.5-hour experience that is going to help you move forward, get unstuck, release, pray, clear, clean, cleanse. Contact me. Don't hesitate. Do it now. I'll get to it. Don't ever come. Next week. Now. You can text HELP to 321 443-2495. And then you can come get your mosquito because he just bit me. We're going to fight after we is done. Okay, great. So definitely have to share that with you guys. And I think that is all the business that we need to tend to. Let's get back to the conversation because that was a wonderful, wonderful break. All right, lovelies. Let's get back to the emotions of things. We were in the spirit when we cut and dipped out. So I want you to understand just how intricately wrapped spirit and emotions are. Okay. So it's a whole dance. Your spirit, your emotions, the habits. The H word, I swear the H word might as well be a bad word, like an F word, but the habits. So we're talking about open introspection. A lot of times we have the habit of not looking. A lot of times we have the habit of just continuing to move in our work. We have calendars, we have places to be, things to see, and folks to hang out with, and stuff to do, and good food to eat. We have lives, things to do, but our being. Okay. And this speaks to your being, the introspection of things. All right. When you understand that who you are, and I guess that's a fair conversation. Who are you? Are you a co-creator of the life you're living? Or are you in the habit of blaming God for everything that happens and does not happen? Who are you? Are you in the habit of whatever your spiritual discipline is, cracking open that word? I'm going to say Holy Bible, Quran, the notes, the scrolls, whatever you using. Are you in the habit of disciplined learning? Or are you in the habit of going and getting your knowledge only from somewhere else, i.e. another human? Okay. And I pull out these habits because this is a part of your introspection. How am I moving? How am I learning? What am I doing? What am I thinking? Because that all speaks to your thinking. That all speaks to your feeling. I don't feel like it. I'm tired. Are you in the habit of being tired? Is that a habit you've built for yourself? That you excuse yourself from all of these things that you need to do or wonderful things that are there simply because you're tired? Is that your habit? Okay, because if it is, and this is the shaking of the tree, these are emotions. They're emotion provoked. They're emotion received. They're emotion held in place. The emotional vibration is bringing it to life over and over for you. And it can be that your 5 out of 7 days a week look exactly the freaking same. It can be that your 7 out of 7 is exactly the freaking same. I wake up at this time, I do this, and any deviation, you blowing up. You are not okay. And I am not speaking to my folks who are on spectrum. That I understand. I am speaking to folks who are not, but still are explosive when their routines are interrupted. Are you in the habit of being that rigid? Do you understand? If you are, your habits are held in place by your emotions. Your emotions and your thoughts, that mind, the mentals. Okay, they done got together and then create some babies. Right? And this is your spiritual existence because you're existing spiritually, you're existing physically, okay? You're existing emotionally. So there is a beautiful universe, a beautiful dance of who you are. And that's why it's important. That's why it's important, because you want the beauty in the dance of you. And if you fail to take time to do your introspection, I liken it unto what happens when you avoid grief. It comes to meet you, sometimes very much uninvited, at a very inopportune time, when you really could have set a schedule. 2 days out the week, I am going to sit and look at me. I'm going to look at my dreams, my desires, my needs, myself, my activity, my habit, my practices, my principles, me, my relationships, me, my intake and my output. I am going to, what's my favorite word? Measure. I'm going to measure. And when you've done it rhythmically, when you routinely go and check, you literally can whip out your notes like, oh, when I did it last time, this is where I was. Now I'm doing it this time. Let's see where I am. And let's get some comparing going on. And this is a comparison against self. So ain't no shade, ain't no harm, ain't no jealousy, right? For those people who fall into that foolishness. What's your growth looking like? You can chart it. Okay, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to be by the time I sit down to do this again. Get it? That's available to you. You can literally choose to do that. I'm keeping time too. Okay, I got 10 minutes. So it's important to, honest to God, to take it seriously. Like I've shared a few things with you guys. I've shared a couple of questions with you too. And I think I did mention this already, but we'll say again, just in case. Have you noticed a repeated emotional or repeated mental pattern? And I've talked to you all already about how that moves into your habits. I kind of just like, but my notes still help me stay on track. And, so very important to say. I love how, I can't think of which adult said it to me first. But one of the mystical, magical, amazing adults in my life said, we are meaning-making machines. Meaning-making machines. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. And the way I used to say it is, you got a story for everything. Okay, so simply said, you know, story for everything. Are you wrapping stories? Let me explain a little deeper when it comes to this. In the light of looking at yourself, doing your introspection, you may find your full of shit factor. I encourage people to really go after that. Find your full of shit factor. When you can get down to that point, man, you're going to look at life a whole lot differently, right? And get to that point and lose no power. Just literally take inventory and make your decisions and your goals from there. I am full of shit when it comes to this, and I'm going to be absolutely sound. And this is what I'm going to do to make sure of it. Okay. So that's just a short touch. We'll talk more on that later. Okay, great. So it is that when you are doing your introspections, you may be tempted to write a story around what you find. Please resist. Resist the temptation to add any voices from the past that are negative and derogatory and berating you. Don't wrap those stories into this exercise. They don't belong. They don't belong in this exercise. Only you belong in what you say about you and what you discover about yourself and what you'd like to do next. That belongs. Oh, I guess I got to get to a meeting. But until then, only you belong in that conversation. So wrap that around you. All right. You're doing your own introspection, and you don't need the voice of a naysayer or someone who didn't believe in you, or a parent that didn't see you, or an ex who did XYZ. We're gonna hit that with the yada yada yada. It's not dismissing your experiences, but it's literally pushing pause on that. Boop, be on pause, because I'm attend to this, and I don't have to bring you with me. I don't have to bring those negative thoughts. I don't have to bring that negative energy. I don't have to. And guess what? You do not. You do not. And if you so choose to, that's up to you. I don't recommend it. 0 stars. Okay. And I think we covered that already. So going back to my notes. Boundaries and restructuring your thoughts. And I probably should say that. So when you set your time up to do your introspection, that's why I encourage you to write it down, get a calendar, okay? When you set that up, you want to make sure that you have put the boundaries in place for those who have children, for those who have spouse, for those who have partners, for those who even have work, okay? For those who have companies. When you get that time carved out for you, set a boundary about that. Boundary, blah, blah, blah. I will not answer my phone. I will not be responding to the computer. I will want one thing. I just need you for, you don't need me. You don't need me for the next however long I'm about to be doing this. All right. And set your face to that wind. Set your face to that wind and give you your time. Give you some of your time to grow and to get your son that you need to function. All right, lovey lovies. So I wanted to make sure I touched on that. Wrap, roll, and waddle in compassion for yourself as you do your introspection, but do your introspection. I already mentioned it's important to write it down. I do have a journal, you guys. I have a journal for sale. If you'd like to get in contact with me and get that journal, I will have you text the same number from before, 321-443-2495 is $10. And you can just text the e-journal. Text e-journal to 321-443-2495. And we can contact and get to know one another, what else your needs are, and I'll get the journal out to you. I think that's kind of what all you really need to know for right now. This is the conversation I cared to have with you. This is the tools and the methods and the ideas that I want to just share with y'all and encourage you and just pour love and love and love and love. This you can do. This you can do. I believe that of you. I believe you can do that you can sit and do an open introspection and not lose any power and not feel afraid and not feel judged or not wrap any stank stories, but really just take time to look, understand, document, create a plan, and celebrate. That's it. Literally it. Okay? And we got that done in 52 minutes. I have enjoyed you. I am Melikia K. Courtney, your host of SXP MetaMorphosis 365. This is a growth podcast. Sometimes we'll be in here playing. I have my guests till we come in and get it. But for the most part, you are going to be getting these tools. Yes, I am a private coach. If you'd like to work with me directly, because you know you need to be loved back to life, you need some compassion of a friend and a sister in your life, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. And I look forward to serving you. That's pretty much all I got to say. Have a wonderful night. You're going to be in the Miami area, 329. I will see you down at FMU from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Pavilion, where we're going to burn mics, y'all, and act out. It's going to be a great time. Follow me on all the social medias. Go back and follow my personal YouTube page, Melikia K. Courtney. Follow BLASTMUSIC247. Follow, and I will lead you down a beautiful yellow brick road, not to the Oz, but like literally to yourself. All right? Out. Bye.